What's up, everybody? Hey, the weather's let up a little bit, so here's edition number 4 of Craig's Conversational Commute. Finally decided on a title. Driving home from work, as per usual, as I'm doing the video blog, and it would be great if people would use the turning lane for what its intended purpose. This particular spot by this giant eagle is terrible. Nobody will ever pull into this turning lane. Anyway, I digress. Actually, quite a bit to talk about today. Not so much today. Things have been developing. The signing of Matt Jones, the signing of Dave Rayner, both of those were made official by the Bengals today. Both of those, I think, are good things. Some people have gotten up in arms about Matt Jones. I don't see why anybody would get up in arms about Matt Jones. They're paying him, basically locks in a bagel over top of the veteran minimum salary. They signed him for a year. If he screws up, then he gets a cut. It's no big deal. What you do have is the potential of a nice number 2 or number 3 guy who's 6'6", 220 pounds, and ran a 4.37 40 at the combine. You got him, who is another guy like we've been collecting, who's on his last chance. He knows it. So maybe he'll come in and perform. Maybe he won't. It really has no bearing on anything if he doesn't, because they'll just cut him loose and he can go back and play in the snow if he wants to. But he's got the potential to actually be a pretty decent addition. There were some people who really kind of wanted him coming out of the draft a few years back. So he's yet another example of, a bargain basement, bottom of the scrap heap type pickup who could pan out and could not. The sun's behind me right now, so hopefully you're able to see me. Dave Rayner, a guy that came in and kicked a game for us, I think, in 2008. He was 3 for 3 on extra points and 1 for 1 on a field goal that day. It's, again, how could it possibly be a bad thing to bring in a fresh body, even if he's not exactly fresh? He's been on 5 different teams in 5 years. Number one, you're not going to be paying him, an exorbitant salary like you paid our kicker last year. And they say they're gonna continue to talk to Shane Graham. So we'll see what comes out of that. Bottom line is, it's not even free agency time yet, and this organization is making moves that they think could help the team and could help the team win in 2010. To me, it's a pretty exciting thing. I don't see how anything that's going on right now could really be construed as negative. We brought in an epic tool bag in Adam Jones, but they worked him out. They sent him home without a contract. If they bring him on later, it'll be the same deal as with Matt Jones right now. Very little to no risk, and I mean, the potential for reward is huge with guys like this. People that have been all potential and no delivery. It's great that we're taking advantage of the chances that other people have given these guys, and the guys didn't live up to it. So now we get to potentially reap a pretty big reward from it. What else did I want to talk about? Ray Mauluga going into the Betty Ford Clinic. I think it's a good move. The guy's actually had, if you take away the whole professional athlete deal, he actually has had a pretty rough couple of years with his dad passing away. And Josh mentioned in the comments on one of the articles that was posted the other day that, we may have actually fallen short a little bit not talking about the really great work that John Fanene and Domata Peko and Ray Mauluga just did in Samoa. Very selfless guys right there going out and helping out their home island. It was actually pretty cool stuff. Matter of fact, I may try to touch on that in an article here, just as a summation of what they did. I'm still working towards the podcast. I've got myself signed up with Blog Talk Radio. Working on conceptualizations. I was actually going to do a trial run a week or two back, but I couldn't find my headset for my iPhone, and I didn't feel like holding the phone to my face for a 30-minute podcast. So I'm thinking maybe this weekend I may give that another shot. What else? I haven't talked to you in a while because of the weather. But gosh, other cool stuff going on. We're getting into the portion of the off season right now. Super Bowl's over. Got a couple weeks of downtime, but then we got the combine coming up, and we're going to be looking towards the draft. We actually have a really cool surprise coming up for you guys at the combine. I'm not going to say anything about it right now. I'll let Josh handle that. But something really cool for the combine. You guys are going to really enjoy, and we'll see what happens there. See what we get out of a Marty Gilliard at the combine or a Tony Pike at the combine. I'm excited to see how those two young fellas do. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good Thursday evening, Friday. I'm going to try to get this up when I get home. I actually have a couple ideas that I'm thinking about trying to do to spice this up a little bit, make it a little bit more presentable. Play with it in iMovie a little bit at home on my Mac. But anyway, you all have a great evening. I pray that you have basically just a good evening, whatever that entails for you. So have a good one, and we'll talk again soon. See you, folks.